Worst Dealer of the Week award goes to Western Avenue Nissan of Chicago. This one recommended by our fan, Jonny. Hello to all of you. I'm Kevin Hunter. We are highlighting especially lousy dealers around the United States. For the last 16 years, you've always heard us warning you about unethical dealership behavior. But now, through these real reviews written by car buyers, you'll get to hear about terrible dealers through the shared thoughts of your peers who encountered exactly what we've warned you about. The good news is that dealers we feature might even start fearing the spotlight, which could actually pressure some of them to clean up their act. And by the way, our videos are now showing up on those dealers' pages. The dealer we are featuring today is definitely worthy of worst dealer status. They are located at 7410 Southwestern Avenue in the Windy City of Chicago and are known as Western Avenue Nissan of Chicago. This dealer has a lot of very bad reviews, something that should be a clear warning shot to any future customers. We also give you the potential legal violations involved in the dealer behavior of each customer visit. The amazing Elizabeth joins me now as we read and react to some of their one-star reviews.
Let's begin with this one-star review from Telicia Rogers, posted 1 week ago. Telicia writes, "Let me start by saying, don't go anywhere where your credit is run several times. This is exactly what happened to me. I was approved for a loan with Capital One for up to $60,000. I found a BMW SUV and started the process with Nicole. From Nicole, it went to her manager. Okay, cool. Next, my information was sent to Eric. We discussed information on the phone. All my information was sent to him. I got there, he was friendly, but wasted my entire time. First, it was, we have to run your credit, which was 2 to 3 times. He then tells me my credit score is different than what the 3-bureau report. Okay, whatever. I wasn't financially approved, although my monthly income is over $6,750. Lucky my coworker told me about CarMax. Approved and put down $1,500 because I wanted to. Now, I'm driving my beautiful BMW and couldn't be happier. This dealership is a joke. That's almost any dealership on Western Avenue. I should have known better. Waste of time. I wish I could give a 0. That's right, folks. Most of these one-star reviews wish they could score them a 0.
The owner gives this inadequate response. Telicia Rogers, thank you for leaving us feedback. We are disappointed to hear that your experience was not a positive one. Please contact us at 773-776-8200 when you have an opportunity, and we will be more than happy to try and turn your experience around. A little late to turn things around, I'd say.
That's right. Here are the potential legal violations that happened here. First, unauthorized or excessive credit inquiries, and that goes against the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA.
Known as shotgunning credit.
That's right. Running multiple hard credit checks without proper authorization could violate the FCRA. That's 15 U.S.C. Section 1681B, which limits how and when lenders can access a consumer's credit report. Number 2, bait and switch financing. That goes against consumer fraud laws. If they misrepresented financing terms, falsely claimed a different credit score, or misled you into unnecessary credit inquiries, they could be violating state deceptive trade practices laws. Number 3, false credit score disclosure. That's unfair and deceptive acts from the FTC. Claiming your credit score was different from what the credit bureau's report may be deceptive, especially if done to push you into alternative financing options.
The next one-star review was written by Lee Oculus. Lee starts by saying, update, -4 stars because he wishes he could just grind these people into the ground. It looks like I'm not the only one getting a runaround here. The payoff for the lease on the trade-in has been mishandled, and I cannot get a hold of anyone. I had authorized for the payoff to happen over the phone, but Western Avenue insisted on paying by check, which took 20 days to process. The payoff amount keeps increasing from the original contract. I have sent emails communicating every step of the way what was happening with the lease payoff, and I have not been directed to anyone who cares to respond. I cannot get any answers. In the meantime, I'm still paying on the lease while Western Avenue ignores me and drags ass. The new car also needs $1,000 in brakes, tires, and belts. I feel cheated.
That's demonstrating a whole new level of stupid, or they just can't read, because the owner wrote this in response. Lee Oculus, we are so pleased you enjoyed your visit to Western Avenue Nissan. Thank you for your kind review. We are happy to pass along your comments to the team here on Western Avenue Nissan. Thank you.
Happy.
Thank you again for leaving this response. This has to be a misplaced canned response. If you didn't know this, friends, you can have AI reply to reviews. If it's not, this is a little tip for the dealer. When someone scores you a 1-star with their review, they did not enjoy the visit to your dealership.
Some potential legal violations here. Number 1, failure to pay off a trade-in lease, breach of contract, and consumer fraud. The dealership's delay in processing the lease payoff while you continue making payments may constitute breach of contract and unfair business practices under state consumer protection laws.
Yes.
And number 2, unfair and deceptive practices. This is based on the FTC and state laws. Misleading or delaying the payoff process while increasing the payoff amount could violate consumer fraud laws prohibiting deceptive business practices. And thirdly, failure to disclose defects, implied warranty violation, selling a vehicle with undisclosed necessary repairs, $1,000 in brakes, tires, and belts, could violate implied warranty laws if applicable in this state.
Here's another 1-star review, this time by Sulma O. Sulma writes, 0 stars, exclamations. The worst place to buy a vehicle. I traded in my car and have been dealing with this establishment for 5 months. They show no concern for their customers. Unfortunately, I was a customer of Western Nissan Ave for approximately 10 years. I will not return or suggest anyone to this establishment. Firstly, they delayed paying off my trade-in, again, for approximately 2 to 3 months, which negatively impacted my credit. Each time I contacted them, they would lie and give me the runaround. Also, they tampered with the mileage on my trade-in, despite my repeated requests to adjust it to the actual mileage. They continually lied, asserting that they had already sold the vehicle and needed to inspect it to update the mileage. The car had not been sold as they had not settled payment. Additionally, the car I acquired from Western Nissan Ave experienced transmission and starter issues within just 2 weeks of purchase. I had to take it back, yet to this day, Nissan Western Ave refuses to take responsibility and repair my car. Considering I live 1 hour away from this establishment, and due to my long-standing customer relationship, I trusted them and revisited only to be greatly disappointed. Please exercise caution with this establishment.
A lot of caution.
A lot.
The owner responds to this by saying, here at Western Avenue Nissan, we strive for excellence. So excellent, guys.
Yeah.
And are disappointed to hear that you received anything less. Please reach out to Laura at 773-569-9203 so we may assist you in moving forward towards a resolution.
Well, there are 4 potential legal violations here. Number 1, failure to pay off the trade-in loan. That's a breach of contract and consumer fraud. If the dealership delayed paying off your trade-in, it may have breached your contract and violated state consumer protection laws. This delay damaged your credit, which could make them liable for financial harm. Number 2, odometer fraud, and that's federal and state laws. Tampering with mileage is a serious federal offense under the Truth in Mileage Act. That's 49 U.S.C. Section 32705. If they knowingly altered or misrepresented the odometer reading, they could face federal fines and penalties. Number 3, fraudulent misrepresentation. If they lied about the trade-in status and misled you, they may have engaged in fraudulent misrepresentation, which is illegal under state consumer protection laws. And number 4, failure to disclose mechanical defects. Selling a vehicle with known transmission and starter issues without disclosure may violate state lemon laws or used car warranty laws if applicable.
Here they are being blasted with yet another 1-star review by Sharon Fleischman. Sharon writes, I would have put 0 stars if I could have.
I'm seeing a trend here.
You're not alone here, Sharon.
Yeah.
I called and asked about a certain car. I was told it was available for a test drive and was a reliable car. When my daughter got there, she was told it was not available, that it was out for service, a little bait and switch. Mm-hmm. Then they tried to get her to finance something. Then they proceeded to show her a vehicle that had over 200,000 miles on it, and the muffler was being held up by bungee cords. Hey, Scotty Kilber, do you use bungee cords for your mufflers?
Right.
I feel it is a scam, and I will never, I'm assuming, go there again.
You got it. Another canned response from a very out-of-touch owner reads here, here at Western Avenue Nissan, we strive for excellence and are disappointed to hear that you received anything less. Thank you again for taking the time to let us know how we can improve. We hope you will consider us again in the future. Take care.
Yeah, take care to never go there again.
Yeah, exactly.
Western Avenue Nissan, like my friend John said years ago, you can hope in one hand and crap in the other. See which hand fills up first.
Yikes.
Potential legal violations on this one. Again, there's 4. Number 1, bait and switch advertising, FTC and state consumer fraud laws, claiming a specific car was available for a test drive and then saying it was out for service while pushing financing on another vehicle could violate bait and switch laws under FTC regulations and state deceptive trade practices laws. Number 2, misrepresentation of vehicle condition, consumer protection laws. Telling a customer the car was reliable when it wasn't available or had serious defects, like the muffler being held up by bungee cords, could be false advertising or fraudulent misrepresentation. And thirdly, unfair lending practices if they pressured financing. If they push financing aggressively instead of honoring the original request, this could be considered predatory sales tactics, which some states regulate.
It's just the gift that keeps on giving. Here's another one-star review, this time by Lisa Hawkins. Called and for a week had spoken to Monica about purchasing a used vehicle under $3,000, and when asked, she proceeded to tell me to come in and look at the vehicles. And I said, is there any transmission or engine issues with these vehicles? And she said she didn't think so. She'd have to have the mechanic look as they are trade-ins. I said, okay. She said, when can you come in? So we came up, and one does not, the other one is wrecked, is inoperable. Are you kidding me? I say they had clearly have transmission or engine problems. Waste of my drive, waste of my time. Now I will definitely not be purchasing a used or a new vehicle from this place. Can't be trusted.
Here's the out-of-touch owner once again. Here at Western Avenue Nissan, we strive for excellence, sounds like it,
Yep.
and are disappointed to hear that you received anything less. Thank you again for taking the time to let us know how we can improve. We hope you will consider us again in the future. Take care. These guys are a train wreck.
Yeah.
Potential violations include, first, deceptive trade practices, false advertising. If the salesperson intentionally misrepresented the condition of the vehicles,
right.
Example, saying they didn't have major issues when they clearly did, this could violate state consumer protection laws under Deceptive Trade Practices Acts, DTPA. Many states have laws prohibiting misrepresentation of a vehicle's condition when selling used cars.
Right.
Secondly, fraudulent misrepresentation. If the dealership knew the car was inoperable or had major mechanical failures, but misled you into coming in, this could be fraudulent misrepresentation. For fraud to apply, you need to prove a false statement was made about the vehicle, the dealership knew or should have known that it was false, and you relied on that statement and suffered damages.
Yep.
Example, wasted time and money. Thirdly, violation of as-is disclosure laws. In some states, even if a dealership sells vehicles as is, they must disclose known major defects. Example, a inoperable engine or transmission failures. If they fail to disclose these known issues, they might be in violation of used car disclosure laws.
I want to mention here in the end that it was a fan of our show who turned us on to these guys in Chicago, but he also mentions others. Johnny McCottrell writes, when will you get to Chicago's South Side, Western Avenue Nissan, South Chicago Nissan, Kingdom Avenue Chevrolet 74th on Western Avenue down to 63rd. Watch out, Chicago. We might just pick off another one of your dealers soon. Well, I hope this answers your question, Johnny.
Well, folks, that wraps up this edition of Worst Dealer of the Week, where we expose the worst of the worst in the car business. If you have a worst dealer yourself, make sure you refer it to us in the comment section. If you thought this dealership was bad, there are plenty more out there trying to pull the same dirty tricks that we've warned you about for years. Folks, you do not have to put up with crap like this from car dealers. If you want us to go toe-to-toe with a car dealer on your behalf, read up on our hassle-free car buying service. We will never put you in the door with a dealer like this.
Yep.
But now we want to hear from you. Have you had a nightmare experience at a dealership? If so, give us the dealer name, what city they're in, what state they're in. We'll check it out. Maybe they pulled a bait and switch, pulled your credit 14 times, shotgunning your credit, or didn't pay off your loan. Whatever it is, we want to hear your report.
That's right. Drop a comment below or send us your worst dealership story to be featured in an upcoming episode. If a dealer deserves to be put on blast, we'll make sure the world knows about it. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're here to keep car buyers informed, protected, and one step ahead of the dealership games. And if you didn't already do it, go to our website, thehomeworkguy.com, and download our totally free car buyers checklist. It will help you DIY car buyers avoid dealers like Chicago's South Side Western Ave Nissan. Stay smart, stay sharp, and as always, don't let the ruthless dealers out there take you for a ride.
To all of you long-term subscribers out there, you guys rock. God bless you all. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy, signing off behalf of Alex Stevens, our auto expert. the amazing Elizabeth, our negotiation genius, and the entire team of skilled coaches we have in our hassle-free car buying service. Please stick with us a moment as we scroll through our recent car buying service reviews. Thank you for listening.